On time.
It's LIN Live with Spank and Sam. It's a show for everyone, boy, woman, girl, and man. So tune in on Facebook and YouTube. Guaranteed to make you laugh and make you feel good. Yeah. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. It's the LIN Live show with Spank and Sam. LIN Live show with Spank and Sam.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to LIN Live. I am Alfonso Spanky Jones. And then my co-host.
And I'm Samuel Sam Anthony.
It's because we started on time.
We started on time.
But we are so happy to be here with you again. We are getting closer and closer to our season finale show on the 20th of December. So we hope that you guys mark your calendars and join us for that. If you are new to the show, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share and comment, and just let us know that you hang it with us, you know?
Yeah. We want to know that you watching with us, that you kicking it with us every Sunday. Because you could have been anywhere else in the world. Just kidding. But you're right here with us. So regardless of that, share it.
Share it.
Subscribe.
Man. So let's get all the preliminaries out the way. Follow us on Instagram at LIN Official. Yep. And then we got merch. So please go and support us by buying your merch, because we want to do some cool things for you in season 2, and money's going to help us do that. So please help us.
Yeah, buy merch. We got really good merch. You all have seen us and in different episodes and different previews and commercials for shows with merch. So make sure you buy that. It's really good, high quality merch. And speaking of merch, I know last week I talked a little bit about being a blessing to 2 of our fans on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so if you hear your name, your Instagram name, raise your hand, please. I'm just kidding. But if you hear your name, your Instagram name, make sure you slide in our DMs on Instagram so we can get your information, so we can get some merch to you. So Von_Grace and Jaquay the King. Von_Grace and Jaquay the King, you all are our winners of some free LIN Live merch. So make sure you slide in our DMs on Instagram so we can get that stuff to you all.
Congratulations. I think that's Vanyetta and then of course Jaquay. long time supporter of the show, one of the OGs. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, Vanyetta. Thank you so much for supporting.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was busy. I spent some time yesterday at a very unpleasant place, but it was cool. Everything's all good. I actually, outside of that, I actually had a chill weekend. Yesterday, I spent some time at the church. That wasn't the unpleasant place I was at yesterday. People are like, "What? Unpleasant time? You was at the church?" No. We was at the church yesterday. The alderman of the, I believe, 18th Ward that Liberty Temple Chicago's in came by dressed up as the Black Santa Claus with all of his elves and workers, and they were giving out gifts and taking pictures with people in the neighborhood. So that was really cool yesterday. It was quite cold outside, so my fingers were a little numb after about an hour or so, but it was a good turnout. And yeah, we just enjoyed ourselves for about an hour and a half or 2 outside.
Yeah, I mean, have fun with that. I stay inside as much as I could. Like, it's been a blessing this weekend though, because I kind of did 2 things for my company. If y'all don't know, I have a company called Fonzie Productions. So we do like audio production, video production, all that good stuff. So I got to do the technical stuff for Mariano's live stream on Friday, and then helped out a church that is literally on the other side of the highway from me, Pleasant Green. They did a Christmas recording, so I got to do the audio recording for them. So pretty cool weekend. Was doing some heavy lifting this weekend, lifting this heavy equipment up and downstairs.
So, are you saying that you're looking for assistance for Fozzie Productions?
Yes, the more people support my business, the more jobs I can create. So, if you're looking for some side hustle money, I might need you to move some stuff.
At least they know up front that they're gonna be moving stuff, so it's all good. They can't be like, "Oh, I didn't know it's gonna be moving speakers." Yes, you will be.
If you don't know the technical stuff, the next best thing is hard. I mean, not hard labor, but like physical labor, which is sometimes hard. It's
Hard
like,
labor just sounds so bad. Like the people are gonna instantly be scared away. Like hard labor. That sounds hard.
I just had to carry some cases up like 2 to 3 flights of stairs on Friday, but that's about it. And then when it's over, you just got to do it in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
You know, unlike Terry, we know that situation isn't good at all. So
What are you doing, Terry? Put it in reverse. And then today was just a good day. Got to make it to Sunday school, even though I was up way too late last night. We were supposed to do the LIN live game night last night, but things got out of our control and we just couldn't do it. So we still like ate pizza and stuff like over here. Some of this like people that help out the show. And we just played some Uno. People got whooped. Ales were handed out. I sat there and I just handed out ales left and right. And I'm pretty sure none of them are watching tonight to defend themselves. So just handed out ales like I made it rain ales on people through Uno. I was like, yep, you could take this L and you could take this L. And then, you want two? Here's 2 L's for you.
Is that why you have an L on your shirt to remind them of what happened? Oh, I thought it was an L.
Okay, what person that was there? It's not an L, it's a D. It's for the Diamond Corporation.
Or because you dominated yesterday. Either way.
Domination. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Get my Mark Henry voice. That's what I do.
That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He dominates in Uno.
And yeah, so Ashley, you can shut your face because you lost numerous of times.
Oh.
Wow, Jaquay.
Wow, Jaquay. Wow. You know what? Is it too late to take away his merch?
All his like online privileges. Jaquay. If y'all not following Jaquay, follow Jaquay like on Facebook. He is a character.
By far, Jaquay and Derry Harris are 2 of the funniest people. Now you might get offended a lot or angry with Derry stuff. Jaquay, you might get offended, but you'll laugh.
Right? You be like, you'll get offended later. You'll think about it like, dang, I feel the type of way. But yeah, so just a good weekend overall. And then I got to join Bolingbrook this morning for their service, and it was really good. They started a new series on Gifted. Apostle Darling, she be killing it. She had the purple thigh high boots on, talking about gifts and how women were such a good gift to men. I was like, yeah, okay. I disagree with you.
Teachers are
I am a great gift. I am gifted. Just wanted to let y'all know. If y'all don't know, you don't know.
Y'all saw the Saved and Single show. Spanky is one of the saved and singles.
Yeah.
I attended Liberty Chicago. Apostle Lathan talked about the reasons that we give thanks regarding communion. So that was really good because it is first Sunday. So we did communion today. We had our crackers and our juice. I don't know about everybody, but there's some like first Sundays since being at home that I want to eat like some like some rich crackers with juice, but I don't know if that's like off limits or like the goldfish crackers and juice.
It's still crackers.
Okay. All right.
I mean, today I took communion with leftover pizza and Pepsi. So
because the crust, you know what I'm saying?
Crust is crackers. I just happen to have some sausage and spinach and garlic. The Lord knows my heart.
Yeah, at the Last Supper, they had bread and they had wine, but I'm sure they had some meat and stuff too. So yeah, it was okay. I get it.
It's like the cheese plate. It's just the cheese platters. You get the crackers and the cheese and the little like salami cut, and then your juice or Pepsi would have you.
Mhm.
Pepsi
Yeah,
is my treat. I treat myself with Pepsi. You know,
that's
uh,
real.
I couldn't in my right mind drink orange juice with pizza because I think elementary school kind of like brainwashed me with that. Like when you were in school and they would have like those pizza, popcorn, and pop days, and they go together really well, and they all start with P. I get it. And like now that I'm an adult, I'm just like, yeah, pizza, gotta have pop. You know,
Yeah, but elementary school ruined a lot of us because chocolate milk does not go with everything.
I was not. I'm not a chocolate milk connoisseur. I'm not a dairy
Me
fan.
either. It was so weird. Like, oh, we having spaghetti today, chocolate milk. Oh, we having nachos, chocolate milk. I'm like, first of all, this is disgusting.
I mean,
Second of all, can I get a bottle of water? Maybe I was a bougie kid or something. Like, can I get some water? Yeah.
hey, that's what I'd be like, I don't drink chocolate milk. Is there another option for? I was one of those kids. I would just be like, I don't drink this. Is there another option for me, teacher?
They gave you the leftover milk from or the leftover drinks from breakfast, the apple juice and the orange juice. They just gave you the leftover.
The foil top, bro. I'm all about. I'm just be smacking. But speaking of eating and eating somewhat healthy and being conscious of what you eat, today's show is about health and fitness, and we got two of the most healthiest, most fittest people that we know.
Yeah.
Like I think their thoughts are strong just because they're so strong. Um, so let's just get into it, man. You ready, Sam?
I'm ready. I'm ready to feel bad about my eating.
Dude, I am ready for this conviction that I'm about to have. I kind of wish I ate dinner before this, but like now I'm gonna be like looking at dinner like, oh, I should have ate you earlier.
Pre-show, I always eat like fruit snacks or some type of gummy candy, and I was telling them like, "Oh, let me hurry up before they come on. I don't want them to see me." What's up, Derek?
You did smash that candy before Trey and Mo came in. It was like he's like, oh.
What are you doing, Sam? Nothing. Nothing at all.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show Trey and Monique Tucker.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, they even way strong. Come on, man. Welcome to the show, guys. We're so happy to have you on tonight. Thank you for giving us some time.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. Like, whoever want to start, y'all do paper rock scissors for who starts, but tell us a little bit about, of your background.
She told me to go first, so
okay.
So my name's Javante Tucker. Basically, I started when I got out of the military. I was dealing with some issues with PTSD and trying to find a way to cope with my anger and trying to find a way to just stay focused. So I ended up starting at a gym called LA Fitness. And LA Fitness, while I was working, I ended up getting into more and more into fitness and living a healthy, active lifestyle. Started learning more when I ran into a lady who ended up putting me in a company called Herbalife and ended up teaching me more about nutrition. And it just kind of leveled up from there. I went to massage therapy school a couple of years later. I ended up finishing school in health and wellness. Ended up meeting Mo in the process, getting married. Find out she has a lot of the similar things that I'm doing, so we kind of look more compatible. But yeah, in basic, just
awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so in about my last year of high school, I started running. Like I used to be a runner. I ran everywhere. But towards college, I realized that like when I was going through things, that's what I would do. I would be in the gym, I would go running. And then like after college, I started getting more into the gym, lifting and towards that side rather than running so much.
Mm.
And then after that, I ended up going to school for social work. So like my goal was to help others. So everything that I did, it was to help somebody else. So when I post my videos on social media, it's to help somebody else. Like I want them to know that don't stop, keep going. It's the motivation factor. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like training and then social work, it all goes hand in hand because it deals with the mental and the physical.
Awesome. So how long did that connection happen ago? Like when did y'all meet? Like how long ago did y'all meet? And did y'all meet in the gym? Is the question that I have.
It was early 2017, I believe.
Yes.
Early 2017. Well, she was a client probably before then because she was actually referred to me from somebody, and she was a massage therapy client starting off. So it went from being a massage therapy client, and she started showing up to different things that I was doing. I had boot camps going on at the time. I had different workout events at Swallow Cliff. But what really made me pay attention, she came to the church. She wanted to know more about what I was doing at the church. So she asked to come to one of the dances we were doing. And she showed up in the audience at the dance, and then she put me on video, and I saw it on her Instagram, and I was like, word? But yeah, that's what started it all off.
Dope. Sam?
That's beautiful. A life. This is a story made in like heaven, right? You met as a massage therapist. Now, people who do massage therapy, don't think you're gonna find your husband or wife. Please don't.
There's a lot of laws in massage therapy that kind of going that route. But
I just canceled my appointment to go to school for that.
If it wasn't for the outside things, we would never talk.
That's dope though, because like a lot of people, I didn't know you all didn't know each other for a long amount of time or extended period of time before you all eventually got married. You know, you would not have known it at all. They're literally a match made in heaven for sure.
Jaquay post all your muscles tray, and you watched her do squats, and that's why y'all became. Jaquay. So we brought you guys on because we know we just finished one of the most food-filled holidays, and people are, getting ready to make these New Year resolutions of trying to lose the Thanksgiving weight that they gained, even though, they're about to re-put it on for Christmas, another whole turkey and whatnot. So we wanted you guys to kind of come on and just give people some pointers on, like, how to avoid some pitfalls that are traditional pitfalls and, how to get out of those slumps that they get in from the holidays.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, if y'all got y'all whole like routine worked out, so it's like Trey first and then Mo. So,
well, I guess we'll start with the basic gist. So, a lot of it is many people don't know that there is one. We got to address the biggest fact, and that's sugar is an inflammatory. So, a lot of sugar ends up causing more pain in the body. And if you are working out already, when you are going through that 48 to 72 hour soreness period from recovery, it actually adds to that soreness that you feel. But the more sugar you have in your body, it actually makes it very painful in the process of working out, and it makes you very lazy because sugar is actually one of the things that it goes into your blood sugar, and your blood sugar has to you basically have to produce insulin, and then brings the blood sugar back down. But eventually, if you have too much sugar, it causes the body to get influx of insulin, and eventually it stops producing the insulin, and you end up going into diabetes, pre-diabetes or diabetes. So one of the biggest things we need to start with is the sugar. After you get the sugar under control, then now we have to actually move into getting your basic nutritional needs in hand. So you have protein, carbs, and good fats. Now, a lot of people think fats are bad, but it's not really. It's just the fact that you have to gear towards the right fats, like let's say olive oil, or what you're cooking food in. When it comes to carbohydrates, I know there's a lot of diets out there, but one of the biggest diets they have out right now is called the keto diet. And the keto diet focuses on getting your body to go into ketosis. Now, yes, it is very effective, but one thing you have to realize is that when you're going on the keto diet is your body naturally has all of its functions off of carbohydrates. Your body is made to have its energy from carbs. So if you take away carbs, trying to get your body to feed off of fat. Now, when you do that, your brain functions off of carbs. So it's hard for the brain to switch from a carbohydrate energy to a fat energy. So a lot of times when people go into ketosis, it causes things that are off. Like people think differently. They start to act different. Their body they feel very weak.
Can I ask a question?
So yes.
So what's ketosis? I've read somewhere that ketosis was a diet that was created for people with ADHD. Basically to change the way the brain reacts to things. So they started with the diet, which ended up becoming the ketosis diet. I don't know. That's what you believe? Is that true?
Well, that's actually one of the studies that they're doing on it. I don't know all the details on that side, but one thing I do know is attention deficit. That's where you naturally have a very hyper type of mentality. But when you switch to ketosis, it's like your body is slowing down, your brain slows down. But what you have to realize is your brain functions off of those carbs. Everything in your body functions off of carbs. So when you take away something that's natural and switch it to something that's more man-made, it's not. I don't just see that as something that is going to be taken lightly. So it's one of those things you have to really watch and you have to really know your body. Like a lot of this in the holiday season, yes, I know we're going to have good food. Yes, I know we're going to have time with the family and we're going to want to actually do things that we don't normally do and you actually want to indulge in the good stuff. But what you got to be cognizant of is how does your body react to certain things? You have to know your body more than anyone else can know your body. You have to know what sugar is going to do in your body. You have to know what's going to happen when you eat too much sweet potato pie. You have to know what's going to happen if you overindulge in a certain thing that you really love. Yeah. Of course, everybody loves the turkey. They like the stuff and they like all that. I see Jock way down there. But everybody likes to overindulge. Like portion control is what we need to focus on in this holiday season. So it's basically make sure your proteins are about the size of your fist. You want to make sure you have a small portion of, just make sure it's balanced. So have your protein about the size of your fist, yes. Have your greens. Your greens are basically your vegetables. Your vegetables have your antioxidants, the support for your immune system. It helps your blood flow, but that's what the vegetables are going to do for you. Then you want to make sure you have your carbohydrates, like brown rice. Make sure they're good carbohydrates. Now, you can't have bad. What you got to realize is white rice is dyed. They dye it to take out all the nutrients, and then they put just the nutrients that they need to go in there, that they can basically bypass and get over on the FDA on. So they only put the nutrients they have to put in there. So you want to go with brown rice if you go with any type of rice, or a pasta. Just don't overdo.
Okay.
So portion control is the biggest thing in the holiday season.
That's gonna be so hard for people because people like they get them plates and then they go get another plate and then they go get to their friend's house and get a plate. So I mean, if you're gonna do that give you a couple days of meals, but make sure you measuring out those portions adequately.
Yeah, this size portions.
I'm just glad I'm blessed with a big fist. The Lord.
That's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the small head people. It's bad.
I'm like, I think the Lord for this big old fist,
So if you invite one of us over for dinner at any point in time and you see us doing this, don't be alarmed. We're just trying to figure out portion sizes.
We black and black. But we still just measuring our portions. We want to make sure our chicken is of size. Cool. So Mo, you're doing social work, right? So yes. What is some of the mental health things that people could do during the holidays to stay healthy?
Well, okay, so I think the main thing that people could do is first like get their mind right. As far as like, whatever you have to do to whatever you have to do to be mentally stable, like that relaxes you. Like, a lot of people, they'll take a bath or like some candles or zen out to some music. Whatever you have to do to get your mind right first, then I would say that would be number one. And then start on like little stuff. Like, say you're in the house, you can do 20 jumping jacks, and that could be a little activity as far as like not doing anything. Sit-ups, like start small and then continue, but just to be active, that's key. Because if you're just sitting in the house, you're not doing anything. It's not working anything. But to be active, like just do the small things is key.
Gotcha.
One of the biggest things you have to realize is as you work out and you get into that point where you're getting a good workout, there are endorphins being released into your body, like dopamine. It actually gets you to, it's kind of like a little high feeling you get, but it's a natural type of high. So when you work out, it goes hand in hand with the mentality. So the more you work out, the better you start to feel, the better you start to look, the better you start to look, the better you start to feel. And it all goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Man, this is such great information. I hope you guys that are watching are sharing this information because, you're getting a benefit of stuff that people have to pay for to hear, and you're getting it for free.
For the free.
So
I know that we're coming upon 2021. The year's almost over with.
Thank God.
How do you all feel about New Year's resolutions? I know you all hear about it a lot. So how do you all feel about them?
Well, one of my biggest things about New Year's resolution is I want people to really buckle down and come up with a plan, because there's a lot of people who are just going to act spontaneously and they're going to go in and be like, all right, I want this many sessions, or I want to make sure I get this nutrition diet on point, or I'm going to go out here and just buy all these DVDs on how to get in shape. But then if you don't have a plan, it never gets used. So my biggest thing is to start with building a habit. It takes 21 days to build a habit. So start with 21 days of building a habit. It takes 90 days to develop a lifestyle. So once you get past that first 21, now you're trying to head to that 3-month line. So if you can start working out or start eating right and keep it together for 21 days, you develop the habit. Now, after you develop the habit, now we have to get to the point where we make it a lifestyle. So after that 90-day regimen, it's a lifestyle. It's not easily going to go away. So now you have to stick with it. But my advice is get past 3 months. Make it 3 months. But make sure you set a plan. Set the small goals, set the long term, set your midterm goals. But it has to be what fits you. Don't set the bar low, because a lot of people set the bar low. Like Les Brown says, he said, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you be among the stars. So set the bar high, but at the same time, you don't have to hit that bar when you set it high. But if you're shooting for it and going 110% that whole time, you're going to still be among the stars no matter what.
And it's like I tell individuals, if you do not change this, then it won't work. Like, people have the mindset as, oh, it's the new year's coming up, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm gonna work out. That's why you see so many people.
You know what I'm saying? New year, new me.
Exactly. New year, new me. But if you are with the hype, like you trying to do what everybody else is trying to do as far as new year, new me, then you're going to fall off. But if you change it up here before the new year, like, no, I'm going to get it together, I'm going to change my diet, I'm going to get in the gym, I'm going to actually work out, not just get on the treadmill, then then it would be a change of lifestyle. But if you just get with the hype and you're gonna say, I'm gonna go to the gym because it's year 2021, I'm gonna get it together, but then 2 weeks down the line, you back at square one, that's because you didn't change it up here. You just said, I'm with the hype, I'm going to the gym this new year, new me.
Yeah, that's like every person that I know that works out regularly. They hate when New Year's Day come around because the gym is just full of people that's just there. That's like what you guys that's on treadmill eating pizza still,
That's me. That's me. January 1st, I'll be at somebody's gym with a mask on, eating a 4-piece with mild sauce, you know.
Carbo loading.
That's actually fat loading. Bad fat.
Like, let me get my fats up so I can burn them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, is that a real thing? Like, is carbo loading a real thing? Is fat loading a real thing? I know a lot of athletes
Well,
do, but
the
is it good?
carb loading is
Sorry.
usually carb loading is done for professional athletes when they're doing like major games, all the running back and forth. You need the carbs to actually survive that long, because eventually, when your body runs out of the carbs, like runners will say, like when you run a marathon, they got this term called hitting the wall. That the term called hitting the wall is basically all the carbs have depleted out of your muscles. You depleted your glycogen levels, and basically you're at a point where you're stuck. But if you've correctly carb loaded, you actually can push past that point and keep moving. Also, they carry these little things that are these packets of kind of like glucose. It's basically sugar in a packet. They take it, immediately kicks in, they're able to go a little bit further. So that's the reason for carb loading. But carb loading is used for marathon runners or people doing some type of high endurance activity.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that's getting into the fat of the dirty bulk, where they they'll eat trash and then they go work out and just basically just try to put on size. And is like, do you guys recommend stuff like that?
No.
Because like me per se, I have the genetics to dirty bulk, but at the same time, what happens if I was to do a bunch of bad eating, it's gonna come out on the other end. Like I have to train a lot of people throughout the day. I have to do classes throughout the day. So I have a point where if I'm eating wrong, my energy is off. So I'll get into where I'm about to teach a class and I'm dead tired. I don't really feel like doing it. Or I may have to go train a client. I may fall asleep. And I don't like having anything happen like that. But you have to be cognizant of what you eat is basically going to come out. So you are what you eat. So if you eat bad, you're not going to really function good. If you want to eat well, if you want to function well, you have to eat well.
Okay. So what are some of the myths that you hear that you would like to dispel on the show now? To just basically tell people, stop it. Don't do this.
I'm trying to think of one.
Because I know y'all get those clients and be like, I've been doing this. I read on, Dr. I saw it on Dr. Oz to do this, and I saw, Oprah Winfrey said do this, and it's like, nah, you shouldn't do that.
Really, I run into so many, and that's just an honest truth. But the fact is, I always tell people, I'm like, how well do you know yourself? My biggest thing is, one thing you have to realize is your body is a temple. So it's like if the Holy Spirit resides in this body, and this body is supposed to be at its top function because it's not yours, the Holy Spirit is residing in there. And in order for it to operate in optimum efficiency, it needs to be intaking the right food. Like if you get into a point where you catching the Holy Ghost and you can't jump around simply because you're out of shape or you're not feeling your best, that's a problem. Because inside it's like, thank you, Jesus. But then it's like, it's not coming out. It's just.
You're getting cramps and, I feel that. So how important is like in knowing your genetics to put together your workout plan and your diet plan and all that good stuff?
I'm not going to say very important, but it is good to know what your mom looks like down the line, what your father looks like down the line, because you want to know how can I prevent this from happening if they're on the obesity side or if they're on the bad health side. Because there's a lot of things that are hereditary and they are genetic that you can't get around. But you can do things to kind of prevent it and to make sure that you're at your best health. Now, a lot of people, they basically just give up because they just figure, all right, this is just my genetics. I can't get around it. But there's no such thing as that. It's basically all in the mind, like she said earlier. But it's like you have to literally want it. And it's like sometimes you have to get to a place where you want it for yourself and you want it so bad that nothing is going to stop you. A lot of times you have to get to the point where you're just completely out of shape. Like I have a guy, Marcus, like he was 530 pounds before he decided to actually change his life. And that's because his mother had died. His mother died. His brother was still obese and he had a lot of things that he had to face in reality. He couldn't move down the street without sweating. He couldn't breathe walking down in the hot without. Well, he couldn't walk down the street without breathing heavily, and he didn't like it. So he wanted to change his life. So he made a decision in 2013 to basically change his whole life. And now he's one of the healthiest guys I know.
That's awesome.
That's good.
And
And it seems like our mentality plays a lot into our health, a whole lot. And I don't think a lot of people think that. They just think, oh, I just go and I work out and then I'll be cool. But if you're focused, if you're deliberate, if you're disciplined, then you'll start seeing full body. You'll start seeing like whole results and not just physical results.
Right. Mm-hmm. But that goes like a disciplined mind rooted in truth can do the impossible. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Like you can't just be out here saying that you want something but you're showing something else. It's like the same thing God said. He said, "It's not those who know the word who are declared righteous, but those who walk in obedience to the word." Like you may know all this scripture, but if you don't actually live out the scripture, are you considered righteous? And it's the same thing with the fitness, with the eating right. And you may know what to do, but are you acting on what you know to do?
Facts. Because
that's real.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say it's a conscious decision that I know I make sometimes where it's just like, I probably shouldn't wrap this in bacon, but I'm going to wrap this in bacon just because I really want to wrap it in bacon. But I know I'm going to pay for it later. And I'm gonna have to hit the stairs a little bit harder this thing.
Yeah, carry some of that equipment a couple more times up the stairs.
It's like, we're supposed to be starting. Sorry, I gotta hit these stairs 2 more times. Too much bacon wrap.
There is one thing.
Is there a healthy way to eat bacon? we want to know.
I don't want to. Only reason don't say it. I don't want to hear it. Don't disperse my bacon.
The reason I say that is because it has so much. One, a pig is the filthiest animal. It has so many toxins in the pig that's stored up in it. When it gets cooked, it's still like it's impossible to get rid of all that stuff. Yeah. So the fat that's produced as you're eating it, what it's cooked in, that lard, it's like all of that goes into your body and it clogs your arteries. It clogs your arteries. It prevents blood flow. It sticks to your cells, and it causes so many toxins to get into your body. Like really, all fat is fat cells that keep growing. And when it comes to fat, there is an unlimited amount of what you can store. Because all they are cells. It is constantly growing. And literally when you're losing weight, you're not losing weight per se, you're just shrinking the fat cells. So the fat cells get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But a lot of guys who are really big, when these fat cells shrink, you got to realize the skin is a cell as well. So when the fat cells shrink and we didn't lose weight the correct way, it leaves excess skin. So one of the biggest things I stress with my bigger clients is we have to make sure we have the right mixture of cardiovascular exercise and muscular exercise. Because we want to replace this fat with the muscle. We don't want you to have this SXM. We want to fill in this. Now, a lot of times, because of how big they may be, it may be a very hard thing to do because we don't know how big they want it. But I also stress the fact that this is something that is possible. But you have to have that mindset. You have to have that will to want to go forward with it.
Yeah.
What about turkey bacon or other kinds of bacon? Or if I just get my own pig and like feed it grass only.
Grass-fed pig.
It's not bacon.
The pig's gonna eat whatever it wants, by the way. It's gonna find whatever it wants to eat. It's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna eat this. It's right there. That a rock? I'm gonna eat that too.
My thing is, if you gotta classify what type of bacon it is, it ain't bacon. Bottom line. Turkey bacon.
But
it's turkey strips.
Turkey bacon is actually higher in sodium, so you got to be careful with that.
For all you turkey bacon eaters out there, you know who you are. Turkey bacon is higher in sodium, so cut it out.
One more thing.
I'll go. Yes.
When it comes to the serving side, like be careful when you're looking at a lot of people. They look at the what do you call it, the labels on what they're buying, but you also have to look at the serving size that's on the label. Like a lot of times when you read that label, it'll give you a list and a percentage on each one. But you also got to realize that's for one serving size. So go up to the serving and make sure it says one serving. Because a lot of times it'll say like 4 or 5. And people are like, I don't know, I'm not losing weight. I only had this. And I'm like, did you eat this whole thing? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, how often do you eat this? They're like, about 3-4 times a week. And I'm like, you realize there's 5 servings in it, so you have to multiply these numbers by 5.
Right. See,
That makes sense.
we got some questions in the comments. Let's start with Jaquay's first question. He says he has a 6-pack. Can he get an 8-pack? That's a serious question.
Your abs are actually genetic. So if you have it down below somewhere, yes. But the ab, they're already there. If you have an 8-pack, it's already there. It's just you have to uncover. If you have an 8-pack.
Okay.
I have an 8-pack. Y'all just don't know. I care about my 8-pack so much that I cover it in my kids.
Yeah, you don't want the people to get jealous. I know. I know what you're talking about, man.
God told me not to let the women fall in church. I try not to make the women fall, so I have to cover up this 8. Anyway,
consciousness. I like that. I like that thinking.
The Lord's going to reward me one day. What are your thoughts on doing a 10-day smoothie detox every month? Would you recommend this?
I wouldn't recommend 10 days. Maybe like 3 or 4 days, but 10 days is too much.
Then you also got to realize who's doing the detox. A lot of these detoxes aren't really detoxes. You got to really look into and research what that detox is. Because even when you put technically lemon in water is a detox, just lemon water. So it's like a lot of times they'll just add a bunch of other stuff just to kind of convince you to buy something. It's more marketing than anything.
So what is a detox that you recommend?
Lemon and water.
Lemon and water.
Okay. All right. Do that for 10 days or just 3 to 4 days? Like 10 days too much for lemon and water?
Every day.
Yeah.
So Mariano's is putting y'all on. They got the lemon water. They got the cucumber water. You can just go there and just drink it for free. Well, used to. I don't know about quarantine.
You just fill up your whole water bottles. I'll be done in a second, fam. Hold on. How to detox there.
What do you think about vegan diets? Can that be unhealthy?
It depends on what you're trying to do. Like, what is your goal in fitness? Like, if you're trying to pick up weight and you naturally have a high metabolism, I don't recommend a vegan diet because one, it's going to be very expensive for you to actually pick up the weight you need to pick up and get stronger. Well, you're going to get stronger regardless, but to pick up that weight, it's going to be a lot harder for you because you need to kind of get that calorie consumption up. And with being a vegan, not very easily done.
So I know a lot of people that are vegan, they kind of use protein powders to kind of get that replacement. Is that a way to go with it?
Yes, but there's only so much protein you can consume. Like you can take 40 grams within a 2-hour period that your body will correctly break down and absorb. After that, it won't absorb any more protein. Your body just kind of get rid of it, which means you'll pee it out. Too much protein is actually toxic for the body because it has a component in the protein that actually can harm the body in excess when you do too much of it.
See, I didn't know that. Just got schooled.
No. What about before we jump to Jaquay's next question, what do you all think about fasting? And I'm not talking about like spiritually fasting. A lot of people say they're going on fast, intermediate fast, whatever, the Daniel fast or whatever, where they're just cutting out certain meals or foods. What do you all think about that?
Yeah. So first, before you do any type of fasting, I would suggest you do research on it because everything doesn't work for everybody. Like if I went on a fast and he went on a fast, 2 total different reactions. So I would suggest doing research before you do any type of fasting because, like I said, everybody has a different type of body type that it doesn't work the same way that it would work for someone else.
Yeah, do like Apostle Lady says when she put out the fast information. All my tiny people, this ain't for y'all. Need y'all to eat.
That's me. I was actually fasting a lot of this year, and especially when I did vegetarian fast, I put on more weight than I did when I was just eating just regular meat.
Were you consuming more?
I had to because, of course, I was just I didn't want to lose any weight by going vegetarian, and that was my first time. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a vegetarian. Let me try this out.
And by
Right.
the
But you
way,
got to look at
whoever phone that was, you have a demerit. You get a demerit.
the reason you picked up weight is because you increased your calorie consumption, but you just got rid of the meat. Now you don't necessarily need the meat because you got to realize in the Adam and Eve time they weren't needing that. It was the fruits and vegetables. But at the same time, it's really you got to know your body type. Can you just cut that out and maintain what you have? Because a
Yeah.
lot of times when they go to a fast, they'll cut a lot of things out and then they end up losing weight because they weren't staying on top of their calorie consumption. They end up trying to overdo it with one component versus the other, whether it be increasing your fat, increasing your carbohydrates. A lot of times when people go vegetarian, they end up upping the carbohydrates too high because that's all they don't know what carbohydrates are for one. And they're just like, well, this is vegetarian, it's rice, it's pasta. I didn't know, but they end up putting on too much weight.
That makes sense.
All right, we're gonna go to Jaquay's 17th question. Can being obese affect your sex life?
Yes.
Yes.
The more fat you have in your body, fat actually stores energy. So when you have a lot of fat, all consider that as pent up energy. Like the more fat you have on your body, look, these fat cells are just storing so much energy. That's why as you start to drop weight, you see people just start dancing around and running around, and they just have a lot more energy. They feel better.
Yeah. Well, as an obese person, I know when I lose weight and when I was married, the sex life it got better. The bigger I was, I mean, it didn't really like when I wanted it, I got it, and I put forth the effort. It was just like, oh yes, but I was tired after it, and I slept for days. I hibernated after. But yeah, no, that's good though. I already feel convicted. If there's not any more questions, I think Sam, you got some questions?
No, I don't think I have any more. That was my biggest question. You know, a lot of people do it. They do it the wrong way. People say that they're fasting. Oh, I wonder if you all have the answer to this or can clarify this for people better than I can. There is a difference between a spiritual fast and a natural fast. Can you all clarify that for the people watching so they can get some understanding?
The biggest difference is God is not included in the regular fast. You didn't go to God. You're not trying to get clarity on anything. You're not trying to fast for a specific reason, a specific purpose to get closer to God. Like really, when people fast spiritually, they're supplementing something to get closer to God, or they're taking away something to get closer to God. They're like, I need to get rid of this, and I need to seek your face. I need to find you, and I need guidance. I need answers. So they're including God, seeking first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all the things shall be added unto you. Two, they're in relationship. It's like they're praying the entire time. Usually when people do it in the natural world, they may be praying, but it ain't God. It's like, oh, I need to get rid of this belly fat. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But it's not, they're not praying to God. It's just something they have decided they're going to do. So the biggest thing is spiritual fast has God in it. And it's for a specific purpose, a specific plan, a specific destination. We just going to call it that.
Okay. So it's safe to say a spiritual fast has God in it. A natural fast is a diet.
Yes.
Cool.
But
yeah. Is there any last words you want to give people? Like any tips, things to think about, like how to plan out their workouts for the upcoming season?
Start light. My biggest thing I can say is do functional training. Start with your body weight, even if it's just walking around 1 or 2 miles or 1 mile. The whole thing is you want to start getting some activity, but you can slowly increase your activity. Don't overdo it with the cardio because, like I said, too much cardio and you start to cut down on your ability to gain muscle mass. When you do too much cardio, you end up burning muscle and fat. So you want to make sure you have a balance. So start with the cardio, but eventually you want to get to a point where you start incorporating exercising the body, functional training, sitting down in a chair, standing up, doing push-ups against the wall, uh, laying on the floor, doing flutter kicks, kicking the legs up, doing ab crunches. There's different things you can do to kind of make sure that you're able to be functional throughout your household. It shouldn't be a point where you're trying to pick something up off the floor and you throw your back out. We want to be cognizant and capable of handling anything that goes on in the house.
So that I have a follow-up question to that. So is there a difference from doing some of those exercises on the floor versus in like your bed or on a couch? Is there a difference?
Well, the only difference is stabilization. Like if you have a really soft couch, it'll throw off how your body is able to actually sit up and engage certain muscle groups. Like if you're super comfortable, you're not engaging too many muscle groups. In a bed, when it comes to flexibility, you can actually do a lot of things in the bed before you get out of the bed. So if you have a lot of stiffness in your body, I do recommend doing some stretching before you get out of the bed, whether it be just bringing the leg across your body, bringing the arms across, just loosening up, just to make sure you can be functional after you get out that bed.
Cool. And before we get to Monique's final thoughts, we have a question from Johnny. How do you get rid of belly fat?
You cut it off.
Diet.
Abs are made in the well, one, it's made in the kitchen. So a lot of times belly fat, you have to have the correct diet for that. Two, you have to actually do the right combination of exercises. Like when you do start working out in the gym or whether you start working out in the house, you have to make sure you have different days. You separate the muscle groups because you got to realize the body burns fat off evenly. It doesn't burn it off in one spot. So you have to have a day where you do chest, shoulders, and triceps. You have to have a day where you do back and biceps. You have to have a day where you do legs because all of this is going to burn at once. And it has to have time in between where each muscle group can recover. So different days, you do different muscle groups. But that's something you do as you get more into fitness, not right away.
But the answer really is diet.
Yeah, that's a big component. Yes.
Got that, Johnny? All right.
Don't cut your stomach off.
All right. So Monique, what's your final thoughts for the people?
Final thoughts. You change up here, then you'll change everything else. But it's here first. It's here first.
Change your mindset, change your life.
That's good.
Yeah, that's biblical. That is so biblical.
That's real. Do you all have any merch that you all want to plug?
Or where do you,
any ways that people
where do you train people at? Like, let people know where they can find you and how they can get in contact with you.
Well, right now, I'm only operating through the only social media platform I have is Facebook, and you can follow me at Trey Hardbody Tucker. I train pretty much all over. I go to people's houses. I do train people in Planet Fitnesses. I do come, but the biggest things I do come to people's houses, but it is things that have to be in place before I come to your house. Like there has to be certain standards that are met before I just walk in anybody's house. So I'm not just going to go into anybody's house. Like if we have some things that cross the lines, then we got to meet somewhere else. That's just a heads up.
That's wisdom, like for real. Mo, what about you?
You can follow me on Facebook. It's Momo Tucker. And then on Instagram, it's Momo0814. And then that's where I put up my motivational videos every day, except for Sunday. So every day you'll get a motivational video.
Makes you feel bad
Also,
about
we do the Herbalife. We do the Herbalife for nutritional needs, and it is a more customizable program based off of supplementation. Now, the reason we do the supplementation is just because with supplementation, it is easier than finding the food. It's easy to get a balanced meal from a supplement like a meal replacement versus trying to find all the ingredients to get the nutrients you need for just one meal. So we kind of make it more simple. But that's for those who actually want to go that route. If you want to go that route, you can just go to my website. It's goherbalife.com/teamnolimits.com.
Dang, you just gonna steal what's his name? What's that rapper? Ah,
Master P? No
yeah,
limit.
Master P, No Limit Soldier. He's gonna steal their names.
Master
Well, his
Person.
is no limits. His is just no limits. Mine's team no limits, and it's 24.
But then the people on the team is the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So you got No Limit. So no, you know, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not trying to get you sued. Man, thank you.
Okay. My hashtag Team Jesus is in the logo, so
Hashtag Team Jesus.
separates me.
As long as ain't no tank and you ain't got like a guy that rap real fast and go, nah, good. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. We enjoyed all this time and all this knowledge that you dropped on us today. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all. Make sure y'all hang out backstage.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey and Monique Tucker. Thank you so much, guys. Man,
You know, I feel motivated to get in the gym.
I feel stronger just from talking to him.
I'm gonna go run up and down some stairs or something, or you know, start a fight with a neighborhood dog. Yeah.
They said if you change up here, then they'll change everywhere. So I'm gonna think about running up and down the stairs.
Okay.
And let's see how that happens. Whew.
Please don't take any type of like fitness or health advice from me at all. I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. Run in traffic. Why not?
I will be an example of what not to do. You know, you got to be an example to somebody. You know, I may not be a good example, but I am an example.
That's right. Everybody's an example. Not always a good one. I like that, Spike. I like that. You should brand it.
So that's a t-shirt. You got a t-shirt. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching this again, you know, feel free to share with all of your Padres, especially the ones that you know they ain't doing really, really good with their diet and they're not doing really, really good with their workout. This is gonna be some good motivation for them. And then it's gonna give them an asset to reach out to and get some help if they need it. So make sure you share the replay, play the replay, give it a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, like it, share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the Liberty Temple International Network YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell to all, and then give the video a thumbs up because that helps us with these algorithms that we got to battle because we want all of these shows to reach as many people as possible. So please, please, please share and do all that other stuff that we ask you to do.
Yeah. If you don't know what algorithm means, just think of it as us fighting the computers.
It's the Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? What was that Will Smith movie? iRobot.
Oh, that's robots though. I like robots.
We like robots.
I don't want to fight robots.
My daughter likes Roblox. I don't really know what that is. It looks like Legos, I guess.
It's not Legos.
It's not Legos.
Yeah, my niece and nephew's into that too. I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
It's very weird. Kids are weird. Getting
Rocky, you're not weird.
Getting back to wrapping this up. Follow us on Instagram at LIN official. We are doing some really cool things. We were supposed to do a game night, but we're gonna reschedule that. We got plenty of time. You know. Also, December 20th is our season finale. We'll take a little break, you know, for the holidays so we can be with our families. And but the cool thing is we're gonna run back some shows. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all favorite shows, the ones that y'all tuned into, we're gonna run them back. And you can get to watch them all over again and laugh and cry or whatever you did to the show. You know, if you ate chicken to it, that's fine. You know, we be your shame.
Yeah. We're not gonna judge you. Yeah, so let us know what episodes you all want to see ran back.
Yeah, actually put it in the comments under this video. Let us know what shows you want to see back. If it's the How to Lead the Church the Right Way, if it's the what is some of the topics?
We had Rebellion versus Religion, Tonight Show, Webikit, our first episode.
We had Stephen Willis on, and you know he sprayed y'all down with some Lysol. You know, it's a lot of good shows that you can go back and watch. Let us know which ones y'all want to watch. You got what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before
they have 3 weeks.
Yeah, so it'd be 3 weeks. So that's 3 shows that y'all get to watch back. Let us know which ones y'all want to see, and we'll make that happen for you. Is there anything else? Oh, not a game. No, yeah, the Liberty Temple youth, Liberty Temple Chicago youth are having a Christmas party, right?
Yep, they're having a Christmas party on Zoom this Saturday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. All of that information is on there. You will see the information on the Liberty Temple Chicago Youth Facebook page. So check them out or contact the Liberty Temple Chicago Youth leader some way, somehow to find that information. But it's going to be dope.
And then LIN, we're having our staff Christmas party. It's gonna be virtual. It's gonna be hosted by us. We're gonna be on there acting crazy with y'all, and it's right before the last show. It's right before our season finale. So come hang out with us. We're gonna be doing some really cool things on there. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a comedian or comedians. You know, Sam might actually do some stand up at his house. You know, he might actually stand up.
Or because I like to sit down, I'll probably be doing some sit downs. You know, whichever one.
The first sit down comedian. For the ladies, Apostle Darla is hosting the Cafe Noel Christmas Edition PJ party. So she's gonna be doing some really cool things. It's gonna be music, fun. She's gonna be talking about some really cool things, and you get to do it in your PJs.
Yeah,
you know, now you get to wear your PJs like on purpose. We know you do it for every other day, like while you working and while you going to church. But now you have a reason to wear your PJs. But
yeah,
get some good PJs. Don't be putting those like PJs you didn't had like since you was a kid. You out here just Winnie the Poohing it out here. Like, don't be Winnie the Poohing it on this. Like, get you some real pajamas. You have to register on Eventbrite by the 8th, which is what's today? Today's the 6th. So you got 2 days to register. Go register right now. There's a raffle. It's a $25 donation, but raffles are included. And Apostle Darla she does not skimp on gifts.
Wow.
Like she gives away some really, really cool things. And then we got one more thing. The Liberty Business Council is doing a Christmas virtual vendor fair. I think they got one more day, right? That's the 13th.
Yep, one more Sunday, next Sunday, December 13th. So it is via Zoom. The information is on the screen. It happens usually right after the Liberty Temple Chicago Sunday morning service. So, to get more information, the email address is on there, info@libertytemple.org, and they'll be able to give you all the info you need. There are some really great vendors. Our show's director,
producer,
yep, and everything, pretty much everything, except for host. Unless you want to host El Delmina,
you already agreed to be on the 20th show, so
Oh yeah, it's lit. She's one of our vendors, and if you know her, she has like really, really dope quality products. So yeah, check her out. My mom has stuff. I'll be selling my How to Slide In DM books on there as well. So
I'll be sweated out hats on that. So, get you your sweaty hat now. And then also we got the LIN Thanks giveaway that is still happening until the end of the month. So there's a number to text give to. I don't know that number, but you should do that. And we'll put that information in the comments when the show is over.
Yep, we'll drop it in the comments. Jaquay said that the youth party is for the youth in the network. So it doesn't matter what location you're at. Any libertarians, your young people can join the Liberty Temple Chicago Youth Zoom Christmas party. So make sure they are on there.
Yep. And it's not just the network, it's for everybody. So like if you're in Philly, if you're in San Diego, if you're in Orlando, if you are in Zion, Waukegan, Bolingbrook, and Chicago, it's for you. And then that was the Thanksgiving way information that popped up on the screen. So text give to 618-408-0547. Text give to 4080547. Okay.
Those numbers were really good.
I had to find it. I got to find it. I got to get back into it. I got some work to do this week. So
got to get the rhythm back. If you want to call Mike Jones, what is it? What was Mike Jones' phone number?
I don't know that number.
281-330-8004.
Wow.
You put it in a catchy song, we'll remember it.
Wow. You remember that?
Yep, I did.
Yeah. 773-202. Luna. You know what I'm saying? See what they did there, you know? But with that being said, that was so much randomness in those announcements. I hope you guys caught everything that you need to catch.
Yeah. Don't forget our winners of free merch, Jaquay and Vanyetta. Make sure you all slide in our DMs on Instagram, and that is LIN Live Official on Instagram. So we get your information to get you all some free merch.
As because they got free merch, you can purchase your merch. There we go. Purchase your merch at our Teespring store, and that helps us get ready for season 2 because we're looking to bring on some bigger and better guests, but money is required, and we want to do that for you guys because you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
You all deserve it.
I'll do it. I am not going to do it.
You should. Where's Jaquay? Jaquay, can you write?
You deserve it. Jaquay is gonna drop kick me over here. So, oh my god, you go. I'm just gonna see dreads coming at me like dreads and feet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being us. So, buy your merch, do all that stuff for the announcements. We love you. I am Alfonso Spanky Jones.
I'm Samuel Sam Anthony.
Again, we love you, and we'll see you all next week.
It's LIN Live with Spank and Sam. It's a show for